What's up, everyone? Welcome into the Direct Snap. I'm Eli,
I'm Grady.
and today we're going to go ahead and be giving you the Week 5 breakdown coming up this next week. But before we get started, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. It really means a lot to guys like us. And if you have any questions or anything we don't answer, go ahead and put them down in the comments, and we'd love to just talk with you guys, see what you guys think about the week coming up. The first game we're going to talk about for this week is Saturday, 11 a.m. kickoff. You've got Oklahoma State at K-State. And what do you think of this game?
Well, it's two teams that we thought were definitely the top of the Big 12. They might still be, but last week they both caught a loss. OSU obviously losing to Utah. They got pretty close at the end there, but Utah kind of had the game in their hands. K-State didn't necessarily have the game in their hands.
No.
They went to BYU. Night game at BYU. It was kind of intimidating. And they came there, and it was just not really ever close from the start. Second quarter's when it really got out of hand, but it really looked like BYU always kind of had it. So both two really disappointing losses for the team. So they're kind of both in wounded animal mode, because they both have Big 12 championship aspirations and even playoff aspirations. And really, whoever loses this matchup, it really hurts them. They're really behind the eight ball if you lose this matchup. So it's kind of win or die.
Yeah,
for both teams.
I think that we're really going to see a fight or flight response from both of these teams. Last year OSU was having a great season, and they had that one loss. And, they won after that, but their next game was against Houston, and they were down by like 30 in the game, and they stormed back and won the game. And then they were down to BYU, and they were down by like 20, and they stormed back and won the game. And OSU, they just kind of have a way of coming back and winning games that they really shouldn't in all reality. But I think K-State's a better team than that, just honestly. I think that K-State's going to win this game by 10+. I think that all things equal, it would be a really close, really good game. But OSU, I've never been impressed by the way they respond after a loss. And K-State is just typically a really solid, fundamental team that I just trust more than OSU to win the game at the end of the day.
Yeah, K-State, I think over the past couple, 3 or 4 weeks of the season, I think they've definitely looked more promising, I would say, than OSU has. What sticks out to me is that Arizona game. I think that was a really good win for K-State. Yeah. And Avery Johnson, he's a I would say middle of the pack quarterback. I mean, he's not bad. Alan Bowman has his moments. Every once in a while, he when I say that, I'm mostly talking about the Tulsa game. He was kind of walking around like he was the best quarterback in the world after that performance. I give him to that. It was a good performance, but also it was against Tulsa.
I'd say he had good numbers.
Yeah.
He didn't throw a great ball ever. Yeah. His receivers just went and were better athletes.
Yeah.
Truthfully, I feel like I could go out there and play quarterback and look pretty good against Tulsa when my receivers are going to win every 50-50 ball.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm throwing it up there, and I'm like, Stribling's down there somewhere. Rashard Owens is down there somewhere. Brendan Presley's over here somewhere. I've got a blitz or whatever. Ollie, take the ball, whatever.
Yeah. That's true. There's definitely a lot more weapons on that side of the ball than Tulsa. But the spread right now is Kansas State by 6, which I kind of thought it would be a little smaller than that, but they have some faith in K-State to get it done, by 6 points. And I think K-State will also win this too. I think they'll win it pretty handedly. I think losing to BYU, that's got to fire them up a little bit because it's such an ugly loss. And
that was embarrassing.
They got embarrassed, and they were the only actual game on that time slot. It was 9:30.
9:30.
Yeah, so.
But who was watching? That's 9:30.
You never know, man. College football fans, if they need more football for the day, that's the only one that was on. I think a lot of people probably saw it. So
that is true.
Definitely embarrassing. I think they're going to come out pretty strong. Also, it's at K-State too. So I think K-State's going to win.
Yeah. Next up, this is maybe one of the more intriguing matchups of the day: Louisville at Notre Dame. And Notre Dame, they've got a really bad loss on their resume. They lost to Northern Illinois in week 2. Never going to let you live that down, Notre Dame fans, by the way. And they looked good after that. They looked kind of like the Notre Dame we expected to see. Now, Louisville, they're a good team also. So I think that this could be a really interesting, really fun game to watch. Louisville at Notre Dame.
I think it's definitely a sneaky good game. Notre Dame, their favorite hobby is losing to a random unranked team. So they did show that this year already.
Did Marshall a year or two ago?
Yeah. I think that might have been last year. I think they like to
Because
do
Marshall
it.
last year, and who was it the year before? Because there was one more. I don't know.
No.
It wasn't Purdue.
I don't remember. But anyways, it's their favorite pastime. They like doing that, and they did it again this year. But Louisville seems pretty legit. They're ranked number 15, which seems pretty high because they haven't had like a massive win. I wouldn't say like something that really sticks out, but
They have looked good, though.
yeah, they have definitely looked good.
Consistently won.
And in Notre Dame's schedule, this is kind of it. I mean, there's the Florida State game, which was something, but now it's no longer a thing because Florida State went 0-3 the first 3 games.
I mean, they've got at USC the last
okay.
game.
Yeah, that's right. I
But
forgot
other
about that.
than that, like
Yeah.
Notre Dame's probably got one of the easier schedules all across the country.
Yep. So it's
just honestly,
it's Louisville and USC for Notre Dame, and honestly, if they split those games, they're looking at the playoffs. Honestly.
No,
You don't think
no.
so?
no. Be clear. At 10-2, Notre Dame is not making the playoffs.
They like Notre Dame.
They like teams that don't lose to Northern Illinois.
That's true. It's a bad loss. But
If you
I don't
lose to
know, man.
Louisville and USC, maybe.
Losing to
If you had lost to Texas A&M and Louisville,
maybe. But why are they number 16 after that Northern Illinois loss? Why are they still up there?
Listen, I think Notre Dame should be lower. That's
Me too.
just the honest
That's
truth.
why I don't think they should be in the
But
playoffs.
if Notre Dame, let's put it this way: if Notre Dame loses this game, they're going to drop out of the top 25,
Yep.
and they're not going to get back up into the top 12. That's just the way it is. If they win this game, they'll go to about 12 or so, but they're never really going to climb up into that 7 or 8 team range.
Taking care of USC late makes it interesting, especially if USC performs well. I mean,
If
I'm not saying they should be in the playoffs, but I don't think they should be. But a 2-loss and Notre Dame they're always up there in the rankings regardless.
no,
People always
there's
put them up.
there's way too many other good, talented teams that are going to have equal records with a much tougher strength of schedule, a much better losses, much better wins, and Notre Dame's out if they lose a second game. It's that simple.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I just there's always home cooking with Notre Dame. I just feel like I always see it. I think they're always so high. But
Next up is Oklahoma at Auburn. And this game has got a lot of potential. It's at Auburn, which is always a tough place to play. Oklahoma's going to be having a new starting quarterback with Michael Hawkins. And right now the line is set at OU by 2. And I'm telling you, go bet the house, go bet the mortgage, go bet your kids' college tuition.
Trust fund, everything.
OU is going to cover. OU is winning this game by double digits. I'd be shocked if they don't win by 20 plus. I think that OU is just a much better team than Auburn at this point. I don't expect Auburn to score more than 10 points, and I expect OU to score over 30 in this game.
yeah, the spread basically is like saying it's a pick 'em, which it doesn't really make any sense to me. The Tennessee game was embarrassing, yeah, but I feel like we found it on the fourth quarter. Like,
If you're thinking Arnold's going to be the guy, I get it.
Yeah.
But Hawkins is the guy, everyone. Like, that was clear.
OU by 40. All right.
Maybe. Next up, we've got another good one. It's another ranked versus ranked matchup. And honestly, I don't expect the game to be close. Illinois at Penn State. Illinois has had a great start to the season. They're 4-0 right now. They're playing at Penn State. With that being said, Penn State by 30 plus.
Yeah, I think they're just on 2 different levels. Obviously, they're both undefeated, so it might make it look a little different. But beating Kansas is no longer something to write home about. I think preseason it looked a little more legit if they got that win, but now Kansas is kind of folded, and it doesn't really seem like this is going to be that close of a matchup. You know, like it looks from like a bird's eye view, it looks like a good matchup, but I think Penn State will get it done pretty handily. I'm on board with you. I think they'll cover too.
Yeah. Next up, all college football fans, we've got one thing that we know and love throughout the season, and that's Pac-12 After Dark.
That's right.
But this year, we get Big Ten After Dark. We've got Oregon at UCLA in a 10 p.m. matchup. And
Gosh, 10?
yeah, it's going to be a late one. But crazy things happen when these Pac-12 teams start playing these late night games. Oregon's the number 8 seed. UCLA is not ranked and hasn't looked all that good. Give me the Bruins. They're getting the upset.
Just outright upset. Not even
Outright upset.
Oh my gosh. I did not know you were going with that. Oregon looked a little shaky at the beginning of the year. I think they kind of found their footing against Oregon State, though. That's crazy. They seem hot right now. They've seemed
good.
Coming into their own. The first couple weeks, I think they just had to kind of figure out what was happening. They had so much turnovers, so much different stuff happening in the offseason. I think they just had to find their footing. And I think they did. And they beat Oregon State pretty handily last week. Or maybe that was a bye week. Was that last week?
I think it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, it was a bye between that. They didn't play this week. But, yeah, I'm really surprised. But you see the outright by Bruins.
Hey.
I think Oregon... I don't know about covering. The spread's 24. The spread's crazy high, so I don't know about covering, but I think Oregon's going to get it done. Yeah, they look pretty good the last couple of weeks. They've jumped back up kind of in the rankings. They kind of dropped a little bit, but I don't know. I think Oregon's pretty good.
All right, last big game of the week. We've got 2 national title contenders, 2 SEC contenders. Georgia at Alabama. This is college game day, big noon kickoff. It's got everything you could dream of with this matchup. And give me Bama.
You got Bama?
I got Bama.
The spread's basically a pick 'em. It's Georgia 1.5. Man, I don't know. It's an interesting matchup. Georgia last week, or they had a bye week, so 2 weeks ago, almost losing to Kentucky.
Yeah.
They really wanted to lose. Like, Georgia really wanted to lose that game, and Kentucky also wanted to lose.
Kentucky wouldn't let them.
Yeah, they just, it was a hard fight between two people that didn't really look like they wanted to win the game. It was really ugly, 13-12 was the ending score, so Georgia only scored 13 points.
Yeah.
So, after seeing that, and then seeing Bama kind of hot, Wisconsin's not a great team this year, but still 42-10 going to that stadium, still noteworthy, so... Honestly, I think I got Bama too. Roll Tide.
Yeah, I think in this matchup, Georgia overall probably is the better team. I think they probably have better coaching. I think they have a better defense. I think they have a better offensive line. I think they have better skill positions in a lot of spots. But the one thing I like in this type of matchup is which quarterback is going to go and make a play.
Yep.
And that doesn't always look like which quarterback's going to make the elite passes. It's really simple. Protect the ball when you're passing, and then get first downs. Put pressure on the defense. And I think that just Jalen Milroe puts so much pressure on a defense with his legs that's the difference maker in this game, and Alabama takes the win.
Yeah, I think this is the game for Kalen DeBoer. Preseason, even still early in the season, because they haven't played any SEC teams, there's still so much talk like, he's not ready for the SEC, he can't recruit like the SEC, or he can't perform as a big SEC coach. And this is like the biggest job in the SEC, really. The Bama job is probably the biggest job, I would say.
Yeah. And
so this is his time to prove himself. And if he gets this done, he's been proven, for sure.
Yeah, he's the guy. If you win this game, there's talk about, is the Georgia dynasty over? Is Alabama back?
Yeah.
Like, it's been, 4 or 5 years since Bama's competed for a national title?
Yeah.
They want one. And they don't plan on going away anytime soon. So this is kind of a make-or-break game to set the tone for the entire year.
Mm-hmm. It really is for both of them because, Georgia, if you lose this game, Texas is knocking at your door in, 3 weeks? They're coming soon. So, you definitely, it'd be crazy to see a 2-loss Georgia. That'd be crazy.
That would be crazy.
It's not unrealistic because I think the spread for Georgia Texas is already out, and it's like pick 'em too. It's just like this game.
Yeah.
So that could very well happen.
It could. But those are some of the big time matchups we've got coming your way this next week. We hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you liked it. Hope you go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button if you're watching this video still. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them down below. And we'd love to talk with you guys. Deuces.
See ya.